10k benchmark done. Chasing personal bests has always been a big part of why I love running. In the last year, I've run my first marathon, my first ultra, I've set a new 5k personal best as well. So some people might think it's time for a lie down. But when Puma challenged me to see how much time I could shave off my 10k PB, how could I say no? Now in 2021, I ran my fastest 10k in 49 minutes and 22 seconds. But a lot of running's happened since then. So first on the agenda is running another 10k to see where my benchmark time is at. Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Every time I run for a PB or do a race or do a benchmark run to see where my fitness is at, the first kilometre is all about settling into the run and trying to leave the nerves at the start line. Now racing is still pretty new for me, especially going for times as well. So every time I come to one of these kind of races or benchmark runs, I'm trying to practice new ways of trying to calm the nerves. Now I know today's route pretty well, so visualisation played a huge part in my night before routine. I'm sure though I'm not the only one that feels like they can run a PB on any other day apart from the day that it matters. Let me know in the comments if you're the same. Next, it's time to think about breathing. Breathing for me is another tool that is so simple but can often slip your mind in an all-out run. Into the second kilometre, I'm a lot more confident in terms of pacing, and so I can start to think about breathing. Am I breathing? Am I calm? And also, is my form in a good place? If my form is starting to slip now, then it's only going to get worse as I get more tired. I let kilometres 3 and 4 go by, just trying to hang on to a pace that feels comfortable and not getting too excited or trying to do 1,000,001 different maths equations in my head to see what number I could be ending up with. Until I get to kilometre 5, my main goal is to just try and hold back a little to then see what I'm playing with at the end. 5k passes and I look down at my watch and times the number by 2. If I can hold on to this, it would be a new PB, which would be an incredible way to start a new training block. But then the race fear creeps in and the nauseous, anxious energy I can feel in my stomach and brain. I try to just block all of that out and just focus on the rhythm of my running. All I've got going through my head is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and I just keep counting the rhythm. It's kind of meditative in a way. You go into a trance and all you can think about is counting. Just count, keep counting, and don't let down. 6, 7 and then 8k goes by and all I'm thinking about is when does the final push start. I've done it with a kilometre to go before and completely burnt out before the end. But also I've done it with 500 metres to go and found myself thinking that I had more to give when I crossed the line. The good news is though is that this mental debate is enough to keep my mind busy, and before I know it I'm looking down and seeing 9 kilometres on my watch. I quickly do the maths of plus 4 minutes, which is what my brain optimistically thinks I can run the last kilometre in, and that number is exciting enough to give me the final push to get going. I try and just leave everything behind, give it the final push. I've always struggled with holding back and breaking through the pain barrier, but I say to myself, pain is temporary, give it all now and rest later, and I push on towards the finish line of my watch beeping at me. Oh, 10k benchmark done. Oh. I am so happy with that. Came away with 47 minutes and 58 seconds, which is a massive PB already, but it means that I've got 2 minutes and 58 seconds to shave off in order to achieve sub 45, which is the ambitious goal that I'm going for this series. So I think we should go and talk about training. 10k done, and I am just off on a little cool down run. I am so happy with that. So I'm being very well looked after for this challenge. I'm being coached by the Running Channel's resident Olympian Andy Badley and his Olympic coach Andy Hobdell. So they've put together a 10k training plan for me, which you can follow along with too. You can download the link to the training plan, just follow the link in the description of this video. Now my first question to the Andys was quite a simple one. How do you train for a 10k PB? Well, here was their advice.
Continuity is absolutely key. That is, making sure that you rest when you're meant to rest, making sure that you don't run too hard in sessions, and really just making sure you hit those times that you're meant to hit for those reps that you're meant to be doing in those interval sessions.
If I had to pull out one thing that could make the biggest difference in terms of an individual type of run or workout, I think it's consistency at that threshold or tempo effort. So slightly slower than 10k pace, but over a prolonged period of time, which allows you to get used to it mentally.
I'm also being very well looked after by Puma in this series, and if you've been enjoying looking at the very speedy shoes I've been wearing in today's video, then you're in luck. We are giving away a pair of the Puma DV8 Nitro shoes that I've been wearing to one of you watching this video. All you have to do to enter is like the video and then drop a comment, and if you're not sure what to comment, why don't you try to predict my final 10k time? Will I run 44:59 or will I run faster? Hopefully I won't run slower, but if you do predict that, that's fine too. We've also got a very exciting announcement and a running channel first, in that you'll be able to come down and join me doing my final 10k in London. So if you're interested and you want to come along for an incredible night of running with me, then head to the link in the description where you can find out more. If you're excited about the series, then let's get talking in the comments, and if you've watched this far through the video, then drop a little shoe emoji below so I know you've watched the whole way through. I will see you next time for a training update, and I think I better get started on training.